Welcome to our next lesson in polynomials. So here we will just see how a polynomial can be divided using remainder theorem. First problem is the expression x to the power 4 plus 4x cube minus 5x square minus 6 plus 7 and is divided by x minus 3 or x plus 2 or x plus 1. What is the remainder? That is the question. So it is simply a function. Now the first problem is when a polynomial is divided by x minus a. When a polynomial is divided by x minus a, the remainder is f of a. So in this case, a polynomial is to be divided by x minus 3. So a is equal to 3 in the first case. When polynomial is divided by x minus a, remainder is f of a. So here minus a. So here minus 3. So the first answer to the first problem is the answer is f of 3. F of 3 is x equal to 3. You apply 3 to the power 4 plus 4 multiplied by 3 to 3 cube. Now replace x by 3. So 3 to the power 4 is equal to 81. 4 multiplied by 3. 3 cube is 27. 4 multiplied by 27 is 108 minus 5x square. X square is 9. 5 nines are 45. Minus 6 threes are 80 plus 7. If you add up, you get 133 is the remainder. If you divide by x minus 3. No, actually we can divide the equation by x minus 3. So how you divide this equation? Favor of 4 plus 4x cube minus 5x square minus 6x plus 7. You divide by x minus 3. First, you have to clear this highest factor. So what did you do to clear? You have to multiply this by x cube, say. So if you x minus 3, if you divide x4, you get x cube So what is the extra factor that is there that you have to find out? So x multiplied by x cube is x to the power 4. So you get x to the power minus, but you get minus 3x cube extra. So here you minus 3x cube. You are getting extra. So you have to compensate, you have to make it plus 3x cube. Now next factor is 7x cube. So this when you multiply, you got x to the power of 4, you get cancelled. So you have to repeat this process, divide one by one, extra factor what you get, you just reverse it here. If you go on do like this, you will get a remainder, should get a remainder of 133. So if you divide actually by x minus 3, now you will get the answer. Next problem. So we got some more potential. What will happen if you divide by x plus 2? Where this equation is divided by x plus 2. Remember is f of minus 2. F of minus 2. Now in this case you are finding only the remainder. To find the other factors we will use another method. So f of 2 is replace x by 2. So it is minus 2 to the power 4 means this you can take put in a bracket, that minus 2 to the power 4 will become plus 16. Minus 2 into minus 3 is equal to 4. So if you solve 4, here you should be careful. Minus 2 square is plus. Minus 2 cube is minus. It's minus 8. 4 into minus 8 is 32. Now minus 5x square. X square in this case minus 2 square is positive. Minus 2 square is 4. 4 into minus 5 is minus 20. Now 6x in this case minus 6 into x. X is minus 2. Minus 6 into minus 2 become plus 2. So if you just submit 16 minus 32 minus 20 plus 12 plus 7 is equal to minus 17. So remainder we have 4. This is using remainder theorem. When remainder is 0, what happens? And remainder is equal to 0, that x minus a is a factor. That is become factor theorem. Next problem, find the value of m if it is divisible by x minus 3. It says the problem, the equation is divisible by f of x minus 3. Then f of 3 is equal to 0 using factor theorem. Now we'll find out what is f of 3. We can replace x by 3. F of 3 is equal to 3 to the power 4 minus 2 multiplied by 3 to the power 3 plus 3 multiplied by 3 square. This is 3 square is 9 multiplied by 3 is 27 minus mx minus m into 3 plus 5 is this. We have got an equation here. If we solve this equation, we will get the value of m. We know the other values. So if you just sum it up, 59 minus 3m is equal to 0 or m is equal to 59 by 3. That is the answer. Next problem. Find the factors of x to the power 4 plus 2x cube plus minus 6x square minus 8x plus 12. So when they say find the factors of x to the power means it's 4. So we have got 4. Fourth power means we have got 4 factors we have to find. So this constant term will give this is the clue for us. Constant term. It is 12. So what are the possibilities? It's a plus 12. So it's a plus 12. So what can be the factors? Let us see. It can be first. So what are the possibilities you see? It can be 1. So we'll first target, first factor, so that we can find out the other. It can be minus 1 also. 1 into it can be 12, So 3 also can be factored. 4 also can be factored. Either plus or minus. You've got 4 factors. How to find out? So we have to. So even 12 can be a factor. So let us. We have to try one by one. There is no. First we will try if f of minus 1 is a. Suppose we can apply the values. If it is 0, then it is a factor. Now if you apply f of first, you will apply f of function of minus 1. Then x to the power of 4 is 1. Here 1, this becomes minus 2. Because x is minus 1, minus 1 cube is minus 1. The next case, minus 1 square is plus 1. But minus 7 multiplied by plus 1 is become 7. Minus 8 minus 1 means become plus 8. Plus 12. This is not equal to 0. 1 minus 2 minus this minus is 9. This is 9. Oh, you got plus 12. So it is not. So we will try with f of 1. We will try instead of minus 1. If you try 1, you can find out this is 1. This become 2, 3. 3 plus 12, 15. This minus 8, 7, 15. So this is quite powerful. My f of 1 is 0. If you have any minus term, normally here f is 1. If f of 1 is equal to 0, we can now work it out, 8 plus 7, 15. Some of the point, because 1, if the sum, if you make plus and minus is equal to 0, then f of 1 is a factor. Therefore, x minus 1 is a factor. In this problem, from the fourth degree, first we will divide by x minus 1 and we will get the remainder. If we do, then to find out, suppose instead of 12, one factor we found, the remaining factor, if you divide by x minus 1, becomes small. Then it is easy for us to locate the other. Otherwise, we have to now try f of 3. If you succeed with f of 3, it's fine. Otherwise, you have to try with f of 4. But really, if you try with 3, 3 fours are 12. If you succeed with 3, the next factor can be 4. So we have to do by trial and error by seeing the equation. So what do you find? If sum of constants equal to 0, then 1 is a factor. So f of 1 is a factor. F of 1 means x minus 1 is a factor. Use it factor here. So what is the next step? You divide this equation. You write the coefficient of x4, x cube, same order, 4, 3, 2. If some x is not there, if no factor is there, you put 0. Then only we can divide. You put 1, 2, minus 7, minus 8, 12. If you do x equal to 1, so 1 ones are 1, it is dividing with 0. Next is this 1 multiplied by 1 is carry forward here. 2 plus 1, 3. If you divide, next is 3 ones are 3. If you add minus 7 plus 1 become minus 4. Minus 4 multiplied by 1 is here minus 4. This is a cross multiplication like this here. Minus 4 multiplied by 1 is minus 4. Here minus 12. So minus 12 into 1 is minus 12. This is less factor from 0. We are doing this cross. When you, I told you first, if you divide by x cube, what happens there? If you x multiplied by x cube will get cancelled. Here you have got minus 1. Then you get minus cube. So here you are getting one extra minus x cube. So to compensate, you have to add one plus x cube. That's why you are adding one here. Similarly, this 3, if you divide by x, you'll get x square extra. So you have to compensate 1 multiplied by 3 is 3. You are adding 3. This cross multiplication you are doing because of that. This sort of division we use it in all the solving all the polynomials. This type of division is called synthetic division. If you divide by x cube, you have to multiply by x square. So this factor will get solved. You will get 1x square extra. So you are adding 1 here. Then next you have to solve for 3x cube in this case. 3x cube, not 2x cube. So 3 means you have to multiply by x multiplied by x square. Then become 3x cube. But you get 3x square extra. That's why this 3 goes here. Now next is same process goes on. If you divide actually, so we will show you the next one how exactly the synthetic division works. Now the same process will repeat when one factor goes. Then what happens to this equation? Here 1 means you are dividing by x minus 1 actually. Then this become x cube, x square, x. This is the constancy. Now we repeat the same process. This is minus 12. Now we will try with minus 12, minus 2. It works. So minus 2 is a x plus 2 is a factor. You may ask me why you have not tried minus 3 or plus 2. So we have to try one by one. There is no other alternative. But what is the probability? In this case, the constant now the next equation, constant is minus 1. So we will try with some minus later. So you have got 4 factors. Something can be plus, something can be negative. So when we divide with minus 2, same process is repeated. If you multiply this minus 2, then 1 here, minus 2 multiplied by 1 is minus 2. This way this cross goes. If you add this, it become 1. Minus 2 multiplied by 1 is become minus 2 here. Then become this minus 6. Minus 2 multiplied by minus 6 is minus multiplied by minus is plus 12. So this becomes 0. So the equation is reduced to lesser extent. So what is the equation now? Left over. This is x. So x cube we have divided. So now we found out the first factor is x minus 1. Next factor is x plus 2. Remaining this is x square plus x minus x. This is the now you now this equation we can solve it by inspecting. This is x plus 3 into x minus 2. How? Minus 6 means one has to be plus, one has to be minus. So 3 multiplied by 2, 6. So this is here plus. So it is 3 minus 2 equal to 1. So we have got all the 4 factors now. This is first factor we found x minus 1. Next factor x plus 2. Next factor x plus 3. Next x. So 4 factors now we have located by using synthetic division. So next problem. Synthetic division, please repeat the problem or try to independently divide it one sample case so you will know how exactly this division works. Now you see in this case constant term is minus 80. So you see this we have tried it one first. If one is not working, this is the even figure. In this case it can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3, it cannot be 4, it can be 6. So these 4 we have to try with. If you try to add the constant 1 plus 3, 7, sorry, 1 plus 3, 4. So this is f of 1, that's why it is not getting, we are not getting, it is not equal to 0. So f of minus 1 we will try. What will happen if you try with minus 1? Here, even figure will remain as it is. Here, this will become minus 3. Why? Minus 1 cube is minus. So this will become minus. Here it will remain as it is plus. Here, minus 1 means this will become plus 27 in this case. Minus 80. So the sum is equal to 0. So x plus 1 is a factor by using factor theorem. So next we can try with the 2 or 3. You try with the 2 now. So if you divide it, you can directly also apply f of 2 you try. That is also f of minus 2. That is, see, f of minus 1 is a factor. Yes, so you try with simply directly. You can try with the 2, 3. So if you f of this case, see, f of minus 2 is also becoming 0. So you can locate one more, and x minus x plus 2 is a factor. So x plus 1 is a factor, x plus 2 is a factor. So here the product of the constant is minus. So somewhere one minus figure is that we can locate. Next one. Now if we are able to locate these two, now divide. You put x equal to minus 1 using synthetic division. So synthetic division. So 1, the first factor is divisible. Then 0 multiplied by minus 1 is, no, this is 1 minus 0. First one is 1 minus 0. Next one, minus 1 multiplied by 1 is minus 1. Now this is 2. Minus 1 multiplied by plus 2 is minus 2. So for example, first factor is x to the power 4. If you divide by minus x, what will happen? If you see, you divide. You are divide by x plus 1. X plus 1 multiplied by what equal to x to the power 4. So x plus 1 multiplied by, you put x cube. That is perfectly divided. X multiplied by x cube is x to the power 4. First factor you have to solve it. Then only remainder is what? Remainder you are getting what you are getting plus x cube you are getting. To compensate, you have to make 1x square. X into minus x, and this will become x squared. So x cube here. So you have got put minus x squared. You are getting minus x squared. But actually what will happen? You will get 1 multiplied by minus x squared. This is extra. So what is the next one? The process goes on. X cube minus, you are getting on minus x squared. To make plus x square, x plus 1 you have to be. Now it's fine. Anyway, 1 plus 1 you are getting 1. That finally the constant you will get adjusted that one. Goes on like this. So x to the power of 4 equal to x plus 1 multiplied by x cube minus x square plus 1. So this process takes care. The first term x into x cube. So it gets cancelled. So the carry forward is 1. Minus 1 into 1 is minus 1. Here, next. Similar. So what happens to this? 1 is extra, x plus 1, 1 multiplied by 1. This one, finally, while doing, if you go on continuing this multiplication, it takes care. Finally, it takes care here. You are adding this here. This will become 2. Then minus 1 multiplied by plus is minus 2. This become minus 9 here. This become plus 9 to 80. Minus 1 multiplied by 80. Become plus 8. Here, the constant terms get adjusted. So, we have to try with x equal to minus 1, x equal to minus 2. Then you are getting the remaining terms. So how we got two factors now? X plus 1 is a factor, x plus 2 is a factor. So we have divided 2 times. So what about this term now? This is x square. X square minus 9 is equal to 0. This you can make out x plus 3 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. So 3 minus 3 and 3. You have found two more factors. You have found. Total answers 2 factors there. So first factor is x plus 1. Next factor is x plus 2. Next is x plus 3. Fourth factor is x minus 3 is equal to 0. So all the factors we have. So next problem. So again we are repeating. In this sum of coefficients of all power equals to 1 plus 5 is 6. 5 plus 6 plus 5 is 11. Minus 5 minus 6. So x minus 1 is a factor. X minus 1 is a factor. F of 1 is equal to 0. So what about f of minus 1? If the sum of all powers equal to sum of even powers, because when minus 1 cube is becoming minus 1 square becoming plus. So in the next case, sum of all powers equal to sum of even powers. Then these remember will be very useful in just guessing what is the factor. One not because to the power 4 means otherwise we have to try trial and error. We have to try with 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So this is a formula for remembering the our guessing limited, Oh, it's odd power, even power. You just see the coefficient, or say try with f of minus 1. Thank you. So in this division and finding and remembering the synthetic, please repeat the problems so that you will know the basics. By actually doing and repeating this problem, if you do 2 or 3 problems, you will get the points easily. Thank you.